use volunteers in everything that we do. Volunteer activities are going on all the time in our communities. The way that people interact with each other, helping your neighbor, participating in school events, for example, parents helping out in school events. These are all volunteer activities, but our society doesn't really view them as such.
Volunteering is very important. In Belgium, for example, there are a lot of organizations that don't work without volunteers. A lot of activities that wouldn't be there if there were no volunteers. So we need to bring that to the attention of everybody.
People do volunteer in Rwanda, but they don't know they're doing volunteerism. So it's good, and actually it's our task as the coordination committee to make sure that these people, they know that they're doing volunteer work.
I think the benefits of having a national representative body like Volunteering Australia are many. For instance, having a national representative body to be one voice to government.
We need to really understand what is happening with the volunteering in Nepal and how to best utilize this latent energy to achieve some of the development goals, namely the Millennium Development Goal.
We know that there are young people helping out in their communities, helping out at their schools, helping out at their universities. We just need to structure a little bit more and also make sure that volunteers are protected.
One of our activities that we are going to conduct in 2011 is to make sure that at least we do a mapping of all organizations and institutions who are working in volunteerism to make sure that at least we serve the best interest of the people.
We made thank you cards in all the languages from the European Union. And the organizations can get them with us to give to their volunteers, to thank them for everything they do for the organization.
In Australia, we cost volunteering out at $24.09 an hour. That's been a lot of research has decided on that amount. When you look at that from an economic point of view, it's tens of billions of dollars that each year assists our community to and our government to make sure that our community is safe and happy and progressing in the way that they want it to be.
We see how volunteers, after working for a period in another country, really become active citizenship, have an increased understanding of what it means to be an active part of Europe.
I would recommend to countries or nations looking to set up a national body to actually know who you are and what's in your country, and bring those together to make sure that you have a common purpose and a common message.
The change that I'm expecting in Rwanda to see within this year is to make sure that volunteerism is understood by people who are doing it, either for those that I mentioned who don't know that they're doing volunteer work, but they need to make sure that by the end of this year, people understand what they're doing, that they're really doing volunteer work and they're contributing.
In my opinion, sometimes volunteering has been a very giving thing without people understanding that we need a little bit of investment back in it so that we can continue to give and protect and acknowledge and really train and manage that wonderful army of people who are there lending a helping hand whenever we need it.
I would like 2011 to be remembered as the year when the impacts of volunteering spread beyond the traditional volunteering structure and volunteering organizations. That the rest of society would see and recognize the immense impact volunteers have on all our lives.